What's going on, everyone? My name's Obi and welcome back to Courtside Financial, the podcast where we break down the latest in business and technology. Today we're going to be talking about some NIO news that actually has the EV community in a buzz, but also in a bit of a buzz, but also a little bit divided. So here's what just happened. NIO's sub-brand Onvo just announced that their three-row flagship SUV, the Onvo L90, will begin pre-sales on July 10th. Now, before you roll your eyes thinking another EV hitting the market, stick with me because this one's got some serious strategic and defining implications for NIO that go way beyond just another car hitting the market. Let me paint the picture for you. NIO unveiled the Onvo L90's interior for the first time very recently, and we're seeing a 6-seat layout which with what appears to be zero gravity seats in the second row. Now, if you've been following the premium SUV space, you know that zero gravity seats are a premium feature that pretty much all the manufacturers who want to play in this realm are chasing right now. The specs are solid too. We're talking about 5,145 millimeters in length, nearly 2-meter width with a 3,110 millimeter wheelbase. To put that into perspective, this thing's substantial, and the L90 will offer both single motor and dual motor configurations with battery options ranging from 60 kilowatt hours up to 85.1 kilowatt hours, delivering a CLTC range of 425 kilometers to 605 kilometers. Here's where it gets interesting though. The L90 comes standard with an 85 kilowatt hour long range battery pack. That's a significant upgrade from their L60 model, which starts at around 206,900 yuan, around 28k, with a 60 kilowatt hour battery pack. Now here's the human story that's worth noting. This L90 launch represents the first model released under Shen Fei's leadership as he replaced Alan I, the former Onvo president, back in April. The previous L60 was Alan's baby, so Shen Fei is essentially making his debut with this new Onvo L90 that's going to be released soon. And in the corporate world, these leadership changes oftentimes define the trajectory of product launches. But here's where things get spicy and frankly where the real business discussion begins. The community online has been kind of polarized around this Onvo L90 release. Some folks are pointing out that the Onvo L90 appears to be a direct competitor to one of NIO's own products, the ES8. Think about that for a second. A company's essentially creating internal competition between its main brand and its sub-brand. From a traditional business perspective, this seems pretty counterintuitive. You're potentially cannibalizing your own premium sales. But here's my take, and here's where things get really interesting in my opinion. NIO might be playing a completely different game than we think they are. Look at what's happening right now in the premium EV space. You've got Li Auto crushing it with their extended range vehicles. Tesla's maintaining pressure on the premium end, and a dozen other automakers fighting or vying for market share. NIO's traditional approach, premium EVs with battery swaps, has been pretty solid but limited in volume, limited in scale. By launching this sub-brand Onvo and having products like the L90, they're essentially trying to capture multiple price points and customer segments simultaneously. Yes, there might be some cannibalization between the ES8 and the L90, but the alternative would be losing those customers entirely to competitors. The L90 is scheduled for Q3 launch, with the L80, the 5-seat version, coming in Q4. That's aggressive product rollout timing, suggesting that NIO is very interested in scaling Onvo pretty quickly. Here's what I think is happening though. We're witnessing a maturation of the Chinese EV market. The days of if you build it, they will come, those days are over, those days are gone. Companies need sophisticated product portfolios that address different customer needs, price points, and of course, use cases. NIO's bet with Onvo is that they can leverage their technology and manufacturing capabilities, their already existing technology and manufacturing capability across multiple brands without destroying their premium position. It's risky, but it's also potentially genius if executed correctly. The fact that they're maintaining features like entertainment screen on the roof, something that Li Auto has, shows that they're not just copying competitors, but really adapting proven consumer preferences across their product line. Look, I'll be honest with you, I'm bullish on NIO, but I've got to call it how I see it. The L90 launch represents both opportunity and risk for NIO as a whole. The opportunity is clear: broader market reach, multiple revenue streams, and better use of their technology investment. But here's the bottom line: is in a market that's as competitive and moving as fast as Chinese EVs, standing still is moving backwards. And the truth is that NIO's still making moves. They're taking calculated risk and trying to build sustainable competitive advantages. Whether the L90 succeeds or fails is all going to come down to execution. It's going to be about pricing strategy, differentiation from the ES8, and of course how well they communicate the value proposition to consumers. But the strategic thinking behind it, I think that's exactly the kind of adaptability that we want to see in a company that's trying to turn things around. In a company like NIO, I think it is the right approach, because what else could they do? We'll be watching the pre-sales on July 10th, and the market's reaction will tell us a lot of what we need to know. Anyways, that's it for this episode of the Courtside Financial Podcast. I hope you found it useful, valuable, at the very least entertaining. Obi signing off. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.